To the Change Catalyst podcast. We're so excited to have you.
I'm so excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, first I want to thank you for taking the time to come and meet with us today. And, I've been watching you on social. We've known each other for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And, just watching you on your socials and all the things that you're doing right now, I think it's really awesome. And I thought you had a good story to share, if you would.
Awesome. Yeah, my life is a whirlwind and changed quite a lot since when did we meet? 2012 or
CrossFit, so probably around 2012, 2014.
It's been
13?
a while. Yeah.
Been a while.
Yeah.
I know, and life has changed quite a lot for both of us since then. So It's really great to watch that journey.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up? All the things.
So I'm from Wilmington, so I didn't venture too far from the nest. I moved down here. You know what? We didn't meet in 2012. I moved down here in 2015.
Oh my gosh. So it was definitely.
So it feels probably longer than it is. I moved down in the winter of 2015, so I'd been weekending prior to that. But I'm a beach girl, not a city girl. Not like Wilmington's a huge, chaotic city, but
what high school did you go to?
I went to Concord High School.
Concord High School. Okay. So right in there. And then when did you graduate?
In 2008.
2008. So did you go to school, college up there as well?
I went to Kutztown for the first 2 years.
Okay.
I played field hockey there.
Okay.
I got a back injury my sophomore year and never got re-cleared to play.
Okay.
And that's that school is known for teaching and athletics, which I was not in a teaching degree. So I felt like I just needed to get out of there. I was like, all my friends are at practice or teaching, and I'm not. So, and it was cheaper. I gave up my scholarship to someone that was still on the team. So I ended up just transferring home closer. It seemed a little bit more practical.
Right, yeah.
So I ended up graduating from Wilmington University in 2011.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And so what did you do after school for a little while before you made it down to the beach?
So a lot of things. So I worked at the YMCA. This can piggyback into what I'm doing now.
Okay.
But I worked at an amazing summer camp at the YMCA that kind of changed my life. Mm-hmm. It was called Camp Kuwan. I'll give them a little shout out. But it's an old abandoned horse farm, and they just had so much land. Kids did art classes, environmental education. They learned how to swim.
Oh wow!
They did a bunch of stuff. It was such a great world to be a part of. I love kids. Mm-hmm. I went the teaching route and didn't like it, so it was, how can I work with them? In a way that's not in the school system.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so this might go all over the place.
That's okay.
So going back to what I did. So I worked for the YMCA. I did some bartending shifts. Mm-hmm. I was a promo girl for a little bit.
I feel like a lot of people had times in their life where they were like promo girls, mm-hmm. like Red Bull girls or like shot girls or.
I was a Bacardi girl.
Yep, there you go.
We did those boxing matches in Dover. So
you're like a ringside girl. Oh my goodness.
Real crazy. And then I wanted to go back to school, so I started a continuing studies program at LaSalle University.
Okay.
For speech pathology. I did that for a little bit. And then I moved to the beach.
Okay. So you made it down to the beach in 2015. Mm-hmm. Awesome. So when we met, you were, through CrossFit Lewis. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I was doing CrossFit at that time or not. I can't remember. No, I think I was still doing it. But I may have been at a different CrossFit. And then you and TJ were doing CrossFit.
Mm-hmm.
And where were you working then?
I was the epitome of a restaurant worker. So I worked at Summer House, and then I bullied the owners of Dewey Beer to hire me. I love those guys.
Yeah.
I worked at Woody's for a little bit. I was kind of all over the place. My last restaurant job was at the Big Chill Surf Cantina.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, I was kind of doing all of that, which is a really wild lifestyle. Just like I was living in Dewey, so it was like party mode, work mode, and then CrossFit.
Yeah. I imagine that, like, the lifestyle of somebody that's working in the restaurant industry in a resort vacation type town, how do you balance that out of like I mean, you're doing CrossFit, so physically you're fit, but I feel like there's a lot of like party mode in there.
Yeah.
Like, how do you balance that out? You don't.
You have to. You got to get out. No, it's definitely very challenging.
Yeah.
When you're young, you just bounce back all the time. I don't know. It was hard to maintain that, getting your butt kicked all day, and then choosing to go out after. Like, then you're just never home. You're never in like a slow mode. You just go,
Always go.
Which is not mentally great for you. Like, eventually that adds up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're just not taking care of yourself physically. Like, when did you last eat? I remember working at Dewey Beer Company specifically. It was so busy. And our staff was so small. Mm-hmm. We were brand new
all the time.
Yeah. And I remember the brewer came up to me and was like, "Rachel, are you okay?" And I was like, "What?" Like, I had I'm just like going. And he just shoved a piece of pizza in my mouth. He was like, "You need to eat something."
Oh,
yeah, goodness. But like, you're just taking care of everyone all the time until you eventually crash.
Yeah.
It's almost like an avoidance of taking care of yourself. You're just so busy taking care of other people all day, which is also, the restaurant industry is great. I don't want to bad talk them.
No, not at all.
It's just, it's definitely hard.
It's hard. Yeah. I can see it as like a younger person where like it's fun because you get to go and do, and it's fun and there's a lot of fun people. And then when you get off work, you go to other restaurants where your friends are there working. So you get to like go and do with them too. And then, before you know it, it's 3 a.m. and
you have to wake up
you gotta go to bed.
You have to wake up at 8 to go to CrossFit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that was normal. That was just crazy.
Yeah. A really busy, crazy part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
So and I know like recently, like I know there's a couple organizations that have, I don't say recently, but over the last couple of years, I've seen more so. And I feel like it's being talked about more so now, is like mental health in the restaurant industry, like with Ryan's foundation, or I think it was a foundation. And then I know I've heard more and more lately, like I've seen more like sober events at restaurants, and they're doing a whole like sober fest, which I think is really awesome because you don't see that.
I love it. I think health is becoming more important now that, I don't know, it's just like, I don't want to say it's a trend, but it feels like fitness and sobriety are becoming more important to maybe our generation, because we're getting older and we're like, whoa.
Yeah, those 2 glasses of wine don't feel the same anymore.
We don't. Do we need this? Yeah. So I love that. Beyond the Bar is fantastic. My friend Lo does that, but we just did a whole thing for him for his passing. But yeah, like those need to take front stage in the restaurant world of just like taking care of your mental health. It's so important. So you can't, if all your buckets are empty, how are you supposed to give anything? You don't. You can't.
No.
It doesn't work that way.
No. So kind of backpedaling a little bit, do you feel like you had like a normal everyday childhood, like growing up in like the normal family life and all the good things that go along with that. Played field hockey, got a scholarship.
Yeah, I have an older sister, so we kind of just, I followed her footsteps a little bit in the sport path. But as a parent, I know that I know now that that's the only way to do it. You can't have kids everywhere all the time. It's too hard.
You're all playing one sport.
Yeah,
and
you're
that's
sticking to the that's it. But yeah, my childhood was great. I really loved, like, I just specifically remember sitting down at the dinner table. It was so important, just talking about your day, your games, whatever. Awesome. How'd you play? Who'd you play? Yeah.
And then what was your back injury? What happened for that?
I don't really know how it started. My dad swears he saw me at a high school game fall, and then it was kind of like, he was like, something's off. I don't know what happened, but something looks like it's tweaked. And then it might just have snowballed into college. I remember, I think we were playing Bloomsburg, so it's a big PSAC. It was a huge game, and I wasn't starting because I was still a sophomore. I was still new. But my coach was like, all right, you're up. And I was like, oh.
Okay, here we
go. Like, I was so excited. I remember I'm a midfielder, so I was all over the place. And I think there were 5 minutes left. So I didn't have much time, but I was like,
I'm getting out here.
Yeah, I got to show up right now. So I remember shooting, and their goalie would come out so far. And she hit me square, and I was shooting. So, like, my hips were turned, like, almost perpendicular to hers.
Okay.
It was like getting T-boned, I feel like. Yeah. And she has all this gear on and was huge.
They're usually bigger, yeah.
And I shot and went down back. Like, she ran into me. Why would you not? You're protecting your goal. So I fell with my hips hitting the ground at an angle, and my back was flat. So it was like that moment that really tweaked something. I got an MRI done, and I remember the doctor saying a dehydrated disc, which doesn't, every PT I've ever had, they were like, what? Who was that? Who told you that? That doesn't make any sense. But I had really bad sciatica. Like, something was wrong, but there was no real diagnosis. Okay. So I just let it heal as best I could without really doing much, and then let it go until it'll come up every once in a while. And I was like, all right,
flare up every so often.
Like, enough's enough. I got to figure this out.
Okay. So then you worked at the Y, and that's when you feel like you kind of planted that seed of, like, loving to work with children and pursuing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you moved down here and you did all the restaurant things. Yeah. And then at what point were you like, I gotta go? Or, like, at what point did you realize that you, like, it was time to, like, start a different path? And, like, what kind of got you there?
So I started dating someone, and seeing his life so normal. Or not normal. It was still very busy, but fitness is his life.
So he wasn't in the restaurant industry necessarily.
And has never been exposed to it.
Okay.
So it's like, if you're in the restaurant industry, you can't. If we go out to eat, I'm like, oh, I want to help. Like, that guy's like, I'm just, like, analyzing everything from the back end. So it's like, I was trying to visualize everything from his eyes. And I was like, oh, man, this isn't who I want to be. I was just, like, flaky. You're not best financially.
It's very up and down.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially in a tourist area.
Yeah.
So you're like, your busy season, you're just, like, making so much money. So you're like, oh, I can just pick up or give up a shift whenever I want. Another friend referred to the bar industry as an ATM. It's like, oh, I can just go on vacation for 10 days and come back and replenish my account, but you're never, like, progressing forward. You're just,
it's hard to get ahead and save.
You're just like stagnant. And that also I realized I was pretty flaky. I was like,
Okay.
oh yeah, we can do something. And then I'm like, never mind, I'm going to pick up a shift.
Okay.
Or same with family things. Since my family's in Wilmington, it's like, oh, I could go up to this event or like go to Christmas a day early, or I could work here and make X amount of dollars. So I was like putting up price tags on things that didn't need price tags.
Huh. That makes sense. I mean, you're like, do I go and make however much money, like
my rent or my mortgage or whatever?
Yeah, or to go spend time with my family. And so you're like putting like a cost benefit analysis on family time, which is tough.
It's
right?
really hard.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Huh. That makes sense though.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't want to be this person. These things, especially now that I'm not in my 20s partying anymore. I wanted to.
Yeah, those things didn't serve you anymore.
Yeah. These, like, I sat down and was like, what's really important to me? My family, having my own family, like a job that I love or built on my own. So, yeah.
So dating somebody outside the restaurant industry is what kind of gave you like the lens into maybe the world that you wanted versus the one you had.
And he kind of just opened my eyes of what I'm capable of on my own. Okay. And now he's the father of my child.
Oh, yay!
We love him.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So tell me about like how you went about that, because you went from the restaurant to a very different path.
So my friend Brian, who just passed away, and you know what? My partner said the same thing. I might ruin the phrase, but it's like you have to, or let the ships burn. I think that's it. Yeah. Let the ships burn. You have to just like fully jump off and commit.
And know that there's not a back.
And you don't have it plan B, C, D, or E. You're all in.
Right.
And that's kind of what I did. And I would have moments of like going back and forth or doing both, like working in a restaurant and trying to run a business, and it doesn't work. No. You can't do it. You got to be all in. And it's hard. It's like, can you withstand how hard it is for how long it is? Yeah. It's like whoever can do it the longest is going to win.
Whoever can suffer the most to come out on top.
For the because that's where you're learning and doing all the gritty grunt work that make a lot of people quit.
Oh, yeah. I feel like people, there's a saying, and I'm probably going to butcher it too, but it's like success is from those who can put in the boring day in and day out and not give up. Like whoever doesn't give up the longest.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, like endurance athletes, right? Like they're not out there having the best time. They're not like, this is the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
And just run 50 miles and it was great. Yeah. It's like, this sucks, but I'm not going to quit.
Yeah. I think what I'm learning too is that applies across all of everything.
So many aspects in life.
Yeah. Or the things to me that matter the most. So I'm really into fitness. Not every workout is great.
No.
But every workout is intentional, and staying consistent and discipline is the only way to get there. I think I learned I really like Layla and Alex Hormozy. I don't know if you listen to those. Those guys are the best. But Layla did an interview with one of her friends from California. He's a realtor. And he was like, the second you start breaking promises to yourself, that's the second you lose all your own self-respect. So it's like if you're trying to start something, you're like, hey, I'm going to wake up at 6 tomorrow and go to the gym because that's my time frame. That's when I can do it. But you wake up at 6 and you're like, I'm going to go back to sleep. Then you're like, but that broken promise to yourself, now you're losing credibility for how you think of yourself.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's like that. I think that just applies to everything. You just got to do the hard stuff. Even in business, it's like, can you keep on struggling? Or what my definition of struggling is different probably than other people's, but it's like, can you keep having a season you're like, oh man, I set up this program, no one signed up. Like, how many times am I going to do that before I'm like, forget it, I'm going back to bartending? Because it's like, a guaranteed, I know this skill, but it's
not where you want to be.
But it takes stuff away from my mental health, or like I might not eat dinner that day because I'm working a 15-hour shift. Know what I mean? It's just like, it's all about balance.
Yeah. So you made the choice, like, I'm getting out. So tell me about your next steps.
So my partner or boyfriend, I don't know
However you want to say it.
Term. My baby daddy.
Your baby daddy.
He is from New York and had a client also from New York, and he is a firm believer, and honestly me too. Now that I think about it, it's just like all of the people that we are closest with, this, maybe don't air this, but they're not from Delaware.
Gotcha.
It's like there's this thing, I don't know. It's like Delaware's in a bubble. We're just behind.
Sure, yeah.
So his friend from New York had a business opportunity come to her. He's like, this is great for you. You can work with kids. It's a DIY art studio. It's for sale. I think this would be great.
It was already around, but it was a different owner.
Yes.
Right?
And the woman was getting out just because her daughter had a baby and she wanted to be a part in California. She very much wanted to be a part of their life. So, she left for no like bad reason of the business. So I went in scared out of my mind because I was like, man, I gotta take out a loan. I'm about to be in the hole. Like, I don't want to do any of these uncomfortable
like, this is serious
things.
Adulting right now.
Yeah, which I hadn't experienced at all. So I was like, I'm about to do this thing, and then I just kind of jumped in. Then I guess maybe a year later, my partner wanted to like follow her passion. Okay. And left. And so I'm buying her out. I'm close. But yeah, so it's almost mine.
So tell me a little bit about the business, what it is.
So it's a DIY art studio in I guess it's technically Lewis. It's like on the border.
Yeah, it's right there, right on Route 1. Yeah.
It's called Hammer and Stain, which I've
been a couple times. I like it.
You have?
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think how like the last time we did like something there, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I took over in 2023.
Okay.
November 23. So it's still, everything that I'm doing is still very new. So I'm in the like heat of it. Yeah, so I'm slowly rebranding it.
Mm-hmm.
I can.
I feel like I remember. I don't know if TJ and I saw you.
I think at Cantina.
And I know you were talking. I think that's before you started maybe like the summer programs, and you were getting ready to start that. And I was like, that's so cool.
Mm-hmm. I know, it's so fun. I wish if I had land like Camp Coolant, it would be so great. Because I don't want to trap kids inside all day. They'll lose their mind. I might lose my mind.
I might lose my mind. I would lose my mind. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you and your partner took over ownership of Hammer and Stain, and so you're doing that. And I feel like you've added a lot to it because I feel like I remember it being more like an adult social kind of thing, especially like before and after COVID. Like people just wanted to get together and do something, and then that's when the whole like DIY crafting thing kind of happened.
Yeah,
and then you've kind of added in a lot of the kid stuff.
I mean, I love the kids. So we do an after school program. Summer camps are big. Whenever the kids don't have school, we're open. So we'll do like Thanksgiving break camp, winter break, spring break. We do so many birthday parties.
I bet.
It's so fun.
I bet it was fun.
It's so much fun. But we also do bachelorette parties.
Oh,
so
okay, cool.
This kind of piggybacks off of the sobriety thing, but I didn't know this was a trend, but I love it. But there's a bunch of girls that come in. They're like, we're Girls Gone Mild, a batch party. So they just
Girls Gone Mild. I love it.
Isn't it so fun?
I am the oldest 40-year-old you'll ever meet. Like I may as well be 80.
Yeah, that's fine. I think I'm there too. I would go to bed, we try to go to bed before 10.
Mm-hmm.
I think last night we might have been in bed at like 8:30.
Listen, we like if somebody drove by our house at 8, they'd be like, they would think that we don't live here because like lights out.
Yeah.
Like we were in our bedroom getting ready for bed. Reese like has to bring his phone downstairs. Like like I said, we're the oldest 40-year-olds you'll ever meet.
It's great.
Oh, I have no
sleep is
I
so
get up
important.
at 4:30. Like, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But so I love the Girls Gone Mild.
I do too. That. I was like, I'm gonna try and make that a Girls Gone Mild stop.
Yeah, I love that.
Crafting stop. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, because like so many bachelorette things and like are focused around drinking, and like especially like I feel like even like younger generations, like from what I gather, like high schoolers, college age, like alcohol is not as prevalent as it kind of used to be, right? And I think there's other things that people do, obviously, like, you know, there's a lot of gummies and different things like that that people are like will gravitate towards. But I think it's awesome to have all these trends that are not so alcohol focused.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
You know? Oh, cool. So you're doing and what did you note? Did you notice anything like a change in yourself when you left the restaurant industry and started business? I mean, tons of stress, but
yeah, I think definitely a lot. I think it just like brings you back to earth because you're and whenever you're working in a restaurant, you're almost on stage.
Yeah,
you're like acting all day.
You have to be like, hi.
Yeah, like bubbly, like things. You can't let outside things, regardless of how important they are, impact you because then it impacts your pocket.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely did. I think that I had to sit in my crap for a little bit. I was just like, oh man, I just like being avoidant of dealing with things because I'm like, oh, I don't have time to deal with that. I
can't be sad today.
I have to work. Yeah, so it's like everything kind of funneled into this tornado of like, oh my gosh, I have to deal with a lot of crap.
Yeah. I mean, I think, and that's so many, and I think a lot of people, and not the restaurant industries in particular, but just people in general, like the people that have to stay busy all the time are the people that typically aren't dealing with their stuff.
That was me.
Because it's really hard to sit with it, right? Like, I'm just not going to sit with that. Let me go do something. So I don't have to deal.
And you're rewarded. You're like, you get money. So it's like instant gratification. You're like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm going to go
talk about that bad stuff that
I'm going to go to work. Yeah. And then make $500 and walk away and just like everything's better. But it's just a Band-Aid.
Yeah, you're just pushing it down and down and down. So when you kind of had to sit with all that stuff, how did you manage it?
Therapy.
Hey.
Yeah. Yep. We love therapy.
We do. We love therapy in this house.
I'm team good. I'm team therapy. Do it. To have a neutral perspective on your own stuff is very nice to hear. Everyone's really hard on themselves for the most part. So giving yourself grace. Yeah. And talking to someone is.
And like having, and like also like we're really good at justifying things in our head and like making it make sense to make it work. Like, and so we lie to ourselves all the time. Yeah. Like, oh, well, this was just that. And it's so great to have a therapist to be able to say, I think we need to probably talk about that. Like, that's not okay.
Yeah,
or that's
like
not the way
Googling your
go.
Symptoms.
Don't do that.
No. Don't do it.
Like all of a sudden I'm going to have like tumors and cancer and all the things.
All the bad things.
Like, what is that?
Yep.
Yeah. We're definitely team therapy in this house. And you know, one thing I know that you said that you're really into fitness, and you know that's kind of how we met was through CrossFit, through fitness. And like TJ and I always talk about how intertwined your mental health and your physical health are. And that's another thing that you're starting as well is physical strength strength building. So we have the hammer and stain, all the things with that. And then you're also branching out into the fitness world.
I think that's been the one thing that's been consistent with me across every chapter is fitness. And that's whenever anything bad's happening, I'll go all in fitness.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's therapy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a form of therapy.
Mm-hmm. When was the time where you feel like you really leaned heavy on fitness?
I think after having a baby.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah. Probably after my scooter accident and having a baby, which I had a C-section, and that, whoo, shout out to the C-section moms, because that is hard.
Yeah, you're pretty much cut
so
in half
hard.
and then sewn back together and said, here, now go take care of a human.
And then you have to stand up every 10 minutes for the next
oh my gosh,
however
like,
long.
You gotta stand up. I was like, what?
Yeah,
I remember it felt like when I stand up, I felt like everying fell out.
Oh my gosh.
That's probably a little graphic, but
I still sometimes feel like that. It's been almost or more than a year. I'll be like squatting. I'm like, everything needs to stay inside. Yeah. So I think my postpartum was really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned, I did a lot of research in the aftermath. Mm-hmm. Which I think they should prep women more, because I think it's more common than people think, but no one talks about it.
Sure.
So I did a lot of research after the fact. I didn't think anything was wrong. There was a lot wrong. So I started going to I was going to therapy, but I learned too that sometimes women with C-sections experience it a little harder because there's no slow transfer of like the hormonal balance of delivering a baby. So I was like, but also these can all be excuses. Know what I mean? Like, just if you have a support system, that's great. But I just know I was losing my mind, and the only thing that I couldn't do for X amount of time, the way that I wanted to do it, which was working out. I had to like sit and actually heal. Mm-hmm. And that was hard for me. Oh, yeah. Because it was my one staple across, like I said, all the chapters of my life that kind of balanced me. So after that, I was like, ooh, there's got to be other women out there like me, and how can I help them?
Right. So just to back up a little bit, you had said your scooter accident. So tell me about that.
Ooh, that was a really, I think, very preventable thing. I was in,
what year was it?
2016.
Okay.
It was actually in the parking lot, the abandoned parking lot on the Forgotten Mile where the thrift store is.
Yep.
There's like
where Shall Bounce used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's really big potholes back there.
Okay.
So I remember going out to dinner with the guy I was dating at the time. We had a couple drinks, so like drinking was definitely involved.
Sure.
But I got on my scooter and like hit one of those potholes and just fell the wrong way. Mm. So it was so, I don't remember any of it, but I think that happens with a head injury.
Oh yeah.
So I just fell the wrong way on this pothole and hit the back of my head. Oh. I had a hematoma. So it put me out for a while, but I had brain surgery, obviously.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize you had brain surgery. Mm-hmm. Like, I was like, oh, I know Rachel was in an accident, but I didn't realize it was that.
But I fractured 3 of my ribs, broke my toe, my scapula, and my collarbone.
Oh, my gosh.
It was really crazy.
That's
it's not funny. It was very scary at the time, but
I'm sure, but yeah. So you fractured your head, your scapula. Mm-hmm. Where's that? In here somewhere.
Yeah. Collarbone.
Your collarbone.
Ribs.
Your ribs and a toe.
And a toe.
And so you had to get brain surgery.
Mm-hmm. I had a hematoma, so they did.
Oh, they had to like go in and drain it. Mm-hmm. So I know you had mentioned earlier that you had like metal in your head, so that's what that's from.
Yeah.
Oh my.
A lot of screws in there.
Keeping it all in there.
Yeah. Oh, but it was, goodness. I mean, it was definitely, it's easy to talk about now because so much time has gone by, but I had delayed PTSD from that. There was a lot of repercussions that came with that. Okay. I remember the doctors telling my parents they were going to have to teach me how to eat and drink again, which is really.
That's scary stuff.
Yeah, it was just a lot.
And so did you recover mostly down here, or were you back up
I recovered
north?
down here.
Okay.
Yeah. Where I was living at the time, someone was a nurse in that house. so it was like safer for me to be down there.
Okay.
But
so what did that recovery look like? Like, did you have in-home nursing for a while and then?
It was actually, I mean, I was in the ICU for 5 days and
Oh, wow.
I had I got cleared to go. I had a speech therapist just to make sure everything was working mechanically. They said that the only reason probably that it wasn't as bad as it was, or my recovery was a lot faster, is because of
your level of fitness. Yeah.
And that was from working out at CrossFit. I think that's the only thing I was doing at the time too.
Okay. Wow.
Crazy.
So I assume that that required a lot of like physical therapy. Or should have.
Yeah, probably should. It probably should have. This is a beautiful thing about working in restaurants. You know a lot of people in different fields. So one of my friends was a PT. She had just moved to DC, but she sent me over a plan.
Okay,
and I was
so
like,
I've been rehabbed at home.
Yeah, I was like, I've done PT for my back and a weird rotator cuff injury in middle school playing softball. So it's like I know how to do it. She was like, you can just do this at home instead of paying an arm and a leg to go.
I'm sure your insurance at the time working in a restaurant wasn't superb.
So I was still actually on my parents' insurance because of my age. But my birthday, what was it? Obamacare 20, when you turn 25, you get kicked off.
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
So my birthday was the next week.
Oh no.
So I got kicked off. I was like, I'm not doing this.
We're gonna do this at home.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks, Obamacare.
Yeah. The financial crisis of a
wow.
young.
Okay. And so financially, I mean, you weren't working. How did that work out? What did you do?
This is another thing going back to restaurant world. It's like now you're in summer. So this happened Memorial Day.
Okay, so early summer.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I can't miss a season. So I went back to work the 4th of July.
Oh, wow.
The Clydesdales, I think, were in Dewey. The Budweiser horses. Yeah, so I went back.
Were you at Dewey Beer then? I feel like you were at Dewey Beer then, right?
Yeah. And those guys, they were like, I don't think you should do this. We trust you.
Like, we trust your judgment, but...
but, like, maybe we're going to take it easy. And I was like, no, I'm fine.
Like, I can do it, I swear.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
But it was okay. I mean, I just had a lot of delayed symptoms.
Yeah. And do you feel like it was, like, after, like, the summers when some of those delayed things happened? Like, once you slowed down a little bit?
The delayed PTSD, definitely. So that was a thing, too, about... going back early. It's just I was avoiding dealing with them.
Oh, sure.
Because I was just busy again. So I think I started going to therapy the September, maybe. It was still kind of warm outside. But she was like, oh, girl.
We need to sit and talk.
Yeah, let's sit and talk about this.
And like, what symptoms did you experience from that? Like anxiety, panic?
I would have really bad panic attacks where I would like sit on the floor. I remember sitting on the floor in the kitchen at Dewey Beer Company in the off season. I think I was the only one there. Because in the very beginning, it was so slow. I mean, all of Dewey was so slow in the winter. But I remember just like falling over and couldn't breathe. I was like, what?
Like, what is going on?
What is this?
And did you make that connection early on?
Mm-mm.
Did you think it was like a physical issue and then?
I got called out. They're like, we can't watch you do this anymore. And I was like, okay. I was like, how long would I have gone? Would I have just like kept not
dealing?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you had friends that would be like, listen, Rach, we got to do something.
Yeah, it was Mo. Do you guys know Mo? I love her from Dewey Beer Company.
Did she have dark hair?
She was a brewer.
Oh, no.
That's why I love Dewey Beer Company people so much. They helped me through all of that.
Oh.
They're the best.
Oh, well,
so
good.
many
shout out to Dewey Beer.
I also love their kids. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you were able, so that's when you kind of started therapy, and then you, and then how long did you feel like it took you to kind of work your way through some of that?
I think a year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
It was worth it. Every penny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, you ride e-bikes now. I know you have a big like e-bike gang.
Yeah. They're so fun.
So like, luckily that hasn't taken that from you.
No. Wear your helmets, people.
Please wear your helmet.
Wear your helmet.
Maybe you can do like a helmet decorating thing at Hammer and Stain.
That would be
you could bedazzle some helmets.
I love it.
Helmet awareness
They're
week.
cool. Helmets are real cool. That's a good idea.
You could do a helmet decorating one.
Yeah.
So fitness has always been really huge for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like I know like for us, TJ and I, we always talk about like, it's not necessarily the actual workout that we need, but it's like the mental health boost that comes from it.
Oh yeah.
I always say like that's my therapy. Like that's my, like if I'm having a bad day, even my boss knows. She's like, "You gonna go for a run today, Amanda?" I was like, "I don't know." She's like, "You probably should." And I'm like, "Yep, I probably should."
Yeah. No, it is. It's great. It's also doing things that you didn't think that you could do.
Mm-hmm. I think there's a huge translation between that and like confidence, right? Like if I can do something this hard here in a workout space, I can do something that hard in real life, right? Outside of that. And there's a huge translation between that. You know, we talk like one thing I've always, I do the kickboxing, and I've always wanted to do like a kickboxing class for like survivors.
Yeah.
Because it just is so empowering. Right? It gives you so much personal strength.
Yeah.
And so I know that's something that you're kind of working on now is working on a strength building program. So tell me about that.
Yeah. So during the summer, I did classes Tuesday and Thursday on the beach, just as a kickstart, because it's so, I think women specifically are very intimidated going into a new space.
Oh, yeah.
We also like to do stuff with our friends.
Yeah, there's a social component of it, for sure.
And I thought this was a great way. It's like, who doesn't love the beach? Yeah. It's also very good for you. All these healthy influencers talk about grounding and being outside, but it really does change your whole day. Just, it's a 45-minute class. So it's like the concept of building community and taking the intimidation away to have people and letting women choose themselves for a minute, just a minute, 45 minutes, but like
we don't do that enough.
We just go all the time. Like your clock is never off. You're either a mom, working, cooking, clean, like whatever you're doing. So it's like if you choose this 45 minutes, it just makes you more pleasant to be around the remainder of the day.
Listen, ask my husband. He knows the days I don't work out.
Yeah.
And so do I.
You can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell. I'm like, I need to check my mood. I'm going to go to the gym. I'll be back.
I told TJ the other day, I said, I'm annoying myself. Like, I am in such a foul mood.
Yeah.
I'm annoying myself. I need to go do something.
I feel like that's
and I felt so much better. But yeah. I mean, it is huge. So after you had your daughter, you had some postpartum. And then, so that's kind of, tell me about how that built this or got you there.
I think because there was just such a need. I'm actually taking a post and prenatal certification now.
Okay. Awesome.
I just wanted to be like the coach that I needed during that time. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it sucks. Postpartum, it just
so
sucks.
much.
And you're like, I'm not going to go through that. Everyone thinks that nothing bad can happen to them.
Right. It's always somebody else, right?
Yeah. It's always somebody else. And then it's you and you're like, oh.
Okay.
I'm trying not to curse.
It's okay. You can curse here.
Oh, shit. It's me. And then you're like, what do I do? How do I fix this? I don't know how to fix this. So I want to know. I want to be more aware. And I guess that's like building resiliency too. The more hard things and challenging things that you get through and come out on the other side, the more mentally resilient you are. And that's what I'm striving to be for myself, for my daughter, my family. So if I can pass that along to other women, and do that through building strength and confidence and doing scary things, then I would love to do that.
Yeah. So it's Seaside Strength, and we'll put all this stuff in the bio of the podcast. But I think it's so super exciting to see that, because I think that women are like, we're taught so much to make ourselves smaller, right? Like the goal of working out is to be skinny, and it's like, listen, there's a lot of things I can be in life. Skinny's probably never going to be one of the things that I get to be.
And also, we're taught so much crap online that's just wrong. It's wrong. I'm never going to be skinny either. I'm going to be what my body is. Yeah. I'm just going to fuel it what it needs to do. And eating can be hard. I saw you post
something yesterday, like, please eat.
Eat more. You're supposed to eat. The amount of protein that women need to eat that don't is way too many.
Yeah.
Like, if you're feeding yourself what you need to eat or to fuel yourself, you're just going to feel better and be stronger. And I don't think anyone looks at the future. So it's like, I'm not just trying to deadlift 500 pounds for a reason. I don't want my daughter having to help me get off the toilet when I'm
100%
70.
Right.
So it's like, you need your legs are so important to do all of these tasks that are very difficult when you get older.
Yeah, I want to be able to like, take my grandkids out for a walk or a bike ride, or like take them to the beach and walk across the sand. And like, these are really the realities of there's so many women that, again, our whole lives we've been told, you need to be skinny, you need to be skinny, you need to eat less, you need to do cardio. And then now we're seeing, especially with the older population, like significant rates of like osteoarthritis, significant rates of like just muscle wasting and weakness and dementia. And, we have to look back at like all the things that we've put into our bodies over the years, right? Like all those diet pills, probably not so great. All those like, microplastics, all the things that we've been told are what we need to be skinny. And now we're seeing like some really, I think, long-term bad effects.
Yeah.
And like women, like we need strength. Like you can't. I'd rather be the oldest person in the gym than the youngest person in the nursing home. I always say that.
Oh, I love that.
Like, I want to make sure I'm strong.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to be my kid's pain in the butt when I get old.
Yeah, I want to like. And there's also so much. I think a lot of research is coming out now about, so I'm in that like weird perimenopause phase of life where I'm like, everything's crazy again. Like, you go through all the hormone changes after you have a baby, and then, eventually you level out, and then you're shot back into some crazy hormone stuff.
You get no break.
It's great. It's wonderful. Being a woman is amazing. But so like I'm learning about all this stuff and how important it is, how important it is to incorporate strength training and like all these other things, like for women, like jump training, even just that resistance, like the important things in there.
Yeah.
But I love that you're creating community with that. And I think women are more social. So we want that community. We want, and like working out is a great place to build that.
Yeah. That's where you also find people that have similar mindsets. You're not going to go meet those people, I don't know, at a club,
At the club.
At the club.
Yeah, I think it's really awesome. I think the more people that are putting mental health and fitness and community out there is huge.
It's the perfect storm. Those three things are just, they're so important, and they kind of feed into one another.
Yeah. Like, what have you seen, like having a baby changes your life entirely. Yeah. Everything is different. But what have you noticed since becoming a mom in your life?
I think it's just very cool. Being a mom is cool. You're just a part of this club. now. Like, you know other moms. You don't need to ask if they're a mom. You just know.
You know. You're like, yeah, she's mom.
Yeah. But I remember last week I took my daughter to the park and I just saw this woman. She must have had her new baby. I don't know if it was a boy or a girl, but there was a newborn in the stroller. And she just looked defeated. She was wearing probably what I wore. It was like all black and a big bag. Yeah, she was just like, she looked fresh out of the hospital. I was like, I need to help her because she had a toddler who's just doing laps.
And she's probably just like, oh my God.
And I was like, I'm watching him go run. He's fine. He's sleeping. Oh. So it's just like a nice world to be a part of. You just know. You already know the struggles that they have gone through, that they're about to go through, depending on where they are. And that you guys we need each other.
Yeah.
That is the best part.
Yeah. And I think one thing that I learned a lot, because I as someone who's a little I'm a little type A in some places, and I always got to be the overachiever. And it's like, when I'm a mom, my kid is not going to blah, blah, blah.
Let that go.
Listen, honey. Listen, honey. Give yourself some grace and know that, we're all just out here winging it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's, my phrase for life lately. We're all just out here winging it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And working on not judging others for their winging it, too.
Yeah. I know. You can't.
Yeah.
So you got to focus on your own stuff.
So what are you hoping to achieve with the Seaside Strength and the Hammer and Stain? You're also rebranding that a little bit.
Yeah. So we can start there if you want. But I'm rebranding Hammer and Stain to 302 Craft Club. Mm-hmm. It's going to be mostly for space rentals for parents that are just looking for a space to rent for their kids to create and make a mess there to avoid it at home, because I know.
Love that.
Yeah, I know.
I know how hard it is to get slime out of carpet. So yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. Slime. Yeah. And then we're also going to continue to do the after school program, summer camps, birthday parties. Obviously, keep it open to whoever wants to rent the space. Mm-hmm. What else are we doing over there? As a mom that has made a lot of mom friends prior to even having a baby, just working the after school program at Hammer and Stain. So many of those ladies are just upset all the time because their kids are just on screens.
Yeah.
And now that going full circle, working in restaurants, I just noticed it's such an easy babysitter to be like, this kid's acting out, I'm going to give him a tablet. So I can't take them away. I can't end tablets for everything. But we're just I don't want to say anti-screen, but this is a screen-free zone. So I want kids to get their hands dirty,
Yeah, get back to that tactile learning too.
Experience real childhood. Get messy, get paint on your face, whatever, do whatever. It doesn't matter. Get dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is my whole perception of having an art studio in general. That was my childhood, and I know how important that was to me to just continue that without people just
drawing on the screen
and scrolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll be on the lookout for the 302 Craft Club coming out
soon.
That's so exciting. And then Seaside Strength. I know you said you were working on your prenatal and postnatal. Mm-hmm. What is that for?
So that is a certification so I can work specifically with that population of ladies. Mm-hmm. I just don't know if any trainers down here
I don't
exist.
know.
I think another girl down here is doing it. I don't know her very well, but she reached out to me when I posted something. Whenever you got your certification book, you're supposed to post something and then do some type of bio into their community, so people build a online Facebook school So you can ask anyone questions about what you're learning and how they're doing kind of thing. It's a great program. But she reached out to me. So I know someone else is doing down here, which is great.
Okay.
But there's just I don't know if anyone is doing that.
I don't know. And like when I was pregnant, I don't remember even thinking about fitness.
Yeah.
And like I'm pretty sure everything went out the window when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
I was like, meh.
Yeah, I just remember nothing really changing, and I was like depending all of my programming on
whatever was already there.
Yeah, whatever I was continuing to do, which also isn't terrible. You're not supposed to completely stop what you're doing when you're pregnant, but it does limit.
Yeah.
It limits things that you should or shouldn't do. So adding that to my ladies' classes is just a bonus.
Yeah. And so are you still, I know that, the weather's changing and so are you still doing the classes on the beach or are they at a different location now?
I'm doing those classes at Rehoboth Barbell Club.
Okay.
And then I'll still dabble in beach classes. I kind of let people decide.
Okay.
Like, oh, it's too windy, too cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what do you think are some things that women should know about like training prenatal and postnatal?
I mean, I'm still learning the nitty-gritty of all of that. But I think it's more of a mental thing at first. Like, yes, you're allowed to train. Don't
be scared.
Don't be scared to do that. And listen to your body. So if you don't feel well, like, you don't need to overdo it and give yourself grace because your training is just going to be different. You're not going to continue doing the same. Yeah, you're not going to run a 6-minute mile if you were running a 6-minute mile before. You're not going to deadlift 500 pounds if you were deadlifting 500 pounds before. It is what it is.
Like just keep your body moving.
Yeah.
Be healthy. Awesome. And so if you could talk to, somebody maybe that's struggling in the restaurant and not just the restaurant industry, but anywhere where they feel kind of stuck. Because I could see where people would feel stuck in that because like you're making a good amount of money. And so it's hard to go look for like an office job that maybe is more consistent. But maybe they're struggling mentally or physically or just feeling stuck. What would you say? What would be your advice to someone that was feeling that way?
That's a good question. Just know that there's there's another way. You don't have to be stuck.
Yeah.
It's hard, but you have to rip the Band-Aid off. Let the ships burn.
Let the ships burn.
Yeah, like if there's something that you're passionate about and that you want to do, just do it. You'll figure it out. Yeah. That was a great thing that my partner said. He's always like, if people want to do it, they'll figure out how to do it. Period.
That's true.
If
there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, if you don't, and his name's Will.
Oh, hi, Will.
Yeah. If you maybe you don't have a lot of money, but if fitness is something that's important to you, you'll figure it out how to get into a gym or make that X amount of dollars to do it. Mm-hmm. I think all of the podcasts and stuff that I've been listening to, just actively trying to learn other perceptions and like all of those big people online have gone through something hard that they don't talk about. Mm-hmm. Like, I listen to Joe DeFranco a lot. He's amazing. But he interviewed someone and he was like, oh, I had no money. Once I started personal training, the second I got a little bit of money, he was also living in someone's garage, a college student's garage with sharing the space with someone else. But he was like, once I got money, I invested all of that back into my education of learning more so I can be the best that I can be in what I'm doing.
Right. So figure it out.
Yeah. And you can.
Yeah.
You can. Everything is figure-outable.
Everything is figure-outable.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like sometimes people get caught up in the restaurant industry and other industries too, where it's like they're drinking, they're drugging, and they feel like this is the only way that I can make it work. Mm-hmm. And so if somebody's interested in like pursuing sobriety or pursuing, do you think it's hard to work in the restaurant industry and be sober?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to, if you go in sober, to like maintain it, it might be easier. But I think to transition to being sober, that you're in there, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's everyone, it's just around you all the time.
Yeah.
Constant pressures. I think working in a restaurant might be a little easier than a bar. Because I worked at a bar with no food. Mm-hmm. And then people are just,
here's a shot.
They're intentionally, they're just
that's
drinking.
That's why you're going there.
Yeah. They're not there for food because there is no food. Yeah, they're just like on a mission.
Yeah. And then I think that's the norm. Like if you're serving me drinks, you're probably going to drink too, right?
Yeah.
Let me buy you a shot.
People do beer shooters. Yeah.
I get it. And I am excited for some of the things that I've seen coming up, like the push of the sobriety. I don't want to say sobriety movement. I don't even know if that's the right word. But like, I think there's more like, there's like, the bottle shop now that is just non-alcoholic. And then there's events there. And I think places are having more sober events, which I think is pretty cool.
It's great down here too. I think just being in a tourist area, it's like you're on vacation mode all the time. So yeah, your friends come down. It's a Tuesday. They're like, "Do you want to go out to dinner and have a couple drinks?" You're like, "What?
It's Tuesday."
It's Tuesday. I'm in the second day of my work week. Like, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah.
But if that's like just the environment you're in. Everyone's on vacation party mode.
Listen, when TJ and I moved down here, we moved down here in 2019, and we were building this house, and we were living with my dad down the road. He has a boat. It was in the summer, and it was like serious. We were on vacation every day.
Yeah.
So like, let's have a glass of wine with dinner. Let's take the boat over to Dewey. We were in party mode for a couple months. And I was like,
well, at least you turn it off. Some people are still there.
Shoo. We like, it came to a realization one day. We're like, man, we gotta slow down.
Chill out.
Like we need to, like, what are we doing?
Yeah. You're not 21.
Yeah.
Every day.
Very much so not 21 at all. And you feel it, that's for sure. Well, I'm just really excited for all the things that you're doing in our community. And I know, like, you're talking about mental health, you're talking about fitness, and you're talking about all the things that I think matter. And I'm really excited to see Rachel. I don't want to say grow up, because you were never a kid in my eyes, but now you're like, a mom and a business owner and all the things. And I think it's super exciting to see that growth and transformation of people.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I'm getting there.
Well, listen, I'm 40. I always forget how old I'm. 42. I'm like, am I 42 or 43? I'm always making myself older, but I'm still getting there. I'm still trying to. I still don't feel like an adult most days.
It's fine. You're allowed to still be a kid. You just have more responsibilities.
A whole lot more. But is there anything else that you would like to share with our podcasters, or any messages?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing some time with us and talking about, your story and your mental health and working through trauma and all the things. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Awesome.